guys, so today I'm going to talk about BMI. The reason I want to talk about BMI is a lot of parents recently have been receiving letters from a government scheme that is basically looking at the sort of, not the health levels, but the whether a child is overweight, underweight, that kind of thing. So I saw this on Facebook the other day, a friend from school who put a post up of her son and this letter that she got through to do with a scheme that was involved with saying that her son was overweight. Now I'll tell you now, if you saw this post, you'll know this kid is not overweight at all. The kid looks healthy, he looks a nice good build, it's fine, the kid, okay? Definitely not overweight. However, this letter said that he could be overweight and she should put these measures in place to try and stop him from becoming overweight and obese in adulthood. And it's not the only person who's received this letter. I've had a quick dig into it. It's a big, massive scheme all over the UK. And yeah, they're trying to find out basically whether young people are overweight, underweight, all that kind of stuff. So, how do they work this out? Well, they've used BMI to do it. So what I want to do is talk about what BMI actually is, whether it's a useful tool to track your weight and tell you whether you're underweight or overweight or obese. Because a lot of people use it, doctors use it, the NHS use it in quite a few things, a lot of sort of fat loss and weight loss clubs use this. So I want to talk a little bit about it, whether it's a useful tool to use or not. So let's start, what is it? Well, BMI is the body mass index. It uses a very simple formula. It's just your weight divided by height squared, boom, gives you a figure. And then that figure is compared to a table, a table of averages, and it tells you where you sit in that level. So you could just be normal BMI, you could be underweight, you could be overweight, you could be obese, you could be malnourished, so there's different things on it. So that's what BMI is. Let's find out where it came from first. So BMI was invented by a Belgian scientist. I think it was Belgium, it might have been Polish, pretty sure it was Belgium. And he was tasked by his country to work out whether the populace was overweight, underweight, that kind of thing. So he was given this job and he came up with this formula, this BMI formula. And what he did is he tracked the height and the weight of as many people as he could in this country, put together in this formula and then worked out some averages from it, and that way he worked out whether the country was overweight or underweight. The same formula was then used in all other countries around the world to try and work out which countries was overweight, underweight, obese, that kind of thing, and give you an idea of generally how the country is in terms of that sort of thing. Now this was done back in the 1800s, and the data was collected over a 20-year period from about 1830 to 1850, I think it was. So all this data was collected and it was designed for mass populace. There's your issue. It's designed for mass populace. It's not designed for individuals. It takes the average of millions and millions of people and use that to work out whether the average population is underweight or overweight or fine or obese or whatever it is. It does not work for individuals. And it can't work for individuals because it ignores the basic rules of scalability. It doesn't take into account the differences between individuals. So it doesn't take into account your fat percentage, it doesn't take into account your lean muscle mass, it doesn't take into account your bone density, your genetics, the diet of that country you're supposed to be in. There's so many different variables that can affect this figure and make it completely and utterly wrong. For example, if you were to look at someone like Mo Farah, he will probably come up saying he's massively underweight, yet he's fine and healthy. If you were to look at somebody like, I don't know, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he would be obese. But if you've seen him, he's not obese. So it's really important you don't take it to heart when you see stuff about BMI, because generally speaking, it is not really going to give you a true indication of whether you're obese or underweight or overweight and that kind of stuff. So if that's the case, why do people use it? Well, originally it was used by, I suppose, doctors and things like that, and it's mainly for a starting point. So if you're quite sedentary, you don't do much, all you do is basically wake up, go to work, have your dinner, that kind of stuff, then go back to bed again, and pretty much repeat that process. And you go to the doctor, they will use this formula because it's very quick, very simple, very easy. It's just you can do it on the calculator very easy and very quickly. And it will say you're overweight, underweight, obese, whatever it is. And it gives you a tracking point. So they can have that point and they can go to you, right, I want you to increase your activity levels, I want you to eat more fruit and veg, or whatever the advice to give you is. You'll do that for a month or so, and then you'll go back to the doctor, they'll do the same formula very quickly again, the height and weight, that's all they need, and then they'll look at your BMI number, and if that has gone in the direction they want it to go, whether that's down if you need to lose weight, or up if you need to put weight on, they can use it as a tracking point and a reference point. But as soon as you start becoming more active, as soon as you start eating better, as soon as you maybe start training, doing exercise, whatever it is, that figure means less and less and less. And the things you should be focusing on there is how you look in the mirror, how you feel, in some extent a little bit of what the scale says, but again that can be quite misleading as well because of muscle mass and all that kind of stuff. And then maybe body fat percentage. If you've got a way of taking it, you can go to places like Boots and stuff like that and use biometric impedance scales, once you stand on the whole things. Or you can just get a PT to take your measurements using calipers and that kind of thing. So they're the things you want to be focused on, but it's more important about how you look and about how you feel than anything else out there. So if you have received one of these letters to do with your child being underweight or overweight, before you even jump to any conclusions about it or start panicking, put your child in front of you, have a look at them. If they look overweight, then they're probably overweight. If they look underweight, then they're probably underweight. But if they're eating a well-balanced diet, they're all relatively active, they haven't got too much refined sugar and stuff like that in the diet, then generally speaking, they're going to be okay. So it's all about how they look and about how they feel. And if they're okay and happy themselves, then probably ignore what it says in that letter. If they're not, then you want to start doing something about it. If you need some advice on how to help your kids look better and feel better and maybe live better, then get in touch and I'll have a chat with you. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to put a little bit of a downloadable PDF together as well that you can download, have a look at, and it'll give you some advice on how to eat better with your children. So anyway, I hope this has helped. If you've got any questions as usual, just PM me or comment below and I'll try and answer them in my next video. Alright, see you soon. Cheers guys, bye.